Sure, I'm really happy for our players in our program for a lot of reasons, but at the top of the list of why I'm pleased is the respect we have for Louisville's program and coach. I think they're one of the best teams in college basketball. I've watched every game they've played the last 2 years, and they have that experience factor and talent, and they're obviously well coached. So tonight we're really proud of this victory because we feel like we just played with and ultimately beat on the scoreboard in a 40-minute game, one of the best teams in college basketball. Happy for our guys. You know, it's this crazy game of basketball, you know, a possession there, possession here. We're a different team right now. We've lost 3 one-possession games, but we just stayed the course. And I told the guys, hey, you know, let's get back in a close game tonight, and we'll find a way to win. And it ended up not being, you know, as close as we maybe had thought. So happy for our players, proud of them. I also want to recognize our fan base. This is 3 straight years in New York where we have the Raider Power going in Madison Square Garden. We have some of the best fans in all of college athletics. And again, tonight, for them to show up and support us, especially after dropping a few games, just means the world to me and the players.
Part of that's I got to give credit to my teammates, you know, for the past 3 years, and the coaching staff for never stop believing in me. My teammates that helping me get better, you know, every day in and out, Garden, Keenan Evans, and then Jarrett Culver and all them kind of helped me, you know, become a better player. And then coaches, you know, never giving up and stuff on me because obviously, you know, Jemias and TJ Shannon, they can hit the top of the rafters and, you know, I can barely touch the net. So it's not like, you know, I have something special, but when they, you know, put me in, you know, believe in me and believe what I can do, that helps me. And especially at, you know, the mecca of basketball. So it's definitely something, you know, I'll never forget. So.
Avery, providing like that first basket or the block at the end of the half or just energy on defense and then the offensive side of the ball, how much do you think, not only yourself, but how much do you think other players fed off your energy tonight?
Hopefully a lot. You know, I don't want to go out there and, you know, waste my energy and not be able to feed off on the young guys. But that's not really a problem around here. You know, guys like TJ Shannon and Jemias, you know, and they start feeding off that energy. They're young guns, so they can keep it rolling. And sometimes it's hard to pump the brakes, but I'd rather pump the brakes than, you know, not be rolling at all.
Players, what's to say about this group that you lose 3 straight games, tough times early in the season, come back playing to be the #1 team in the country, just your ability to respond?
Got it.
Oh, just our culture. You know, we had a couple hard practices. You know, just coming back to regroup. I mean, you know, just us being us. You know, we ain't trying to be nobody else. You know.
What does it mean when you had 2 big blocks out in the first half that kind of changed up the game a little bit, especially that stuff in the first half when you guys didn't have time? What did that kind of do for you guys?
It definitely gives a momentum boost, and I mean, it might be a surprise to everybody in here, but I mean, we know what AB is capable of. We see him work every day. You know, it's our process. So I mean, it's not a surprise to us that he's doing these things on the court.
I guess just for you guys, just in that second half where you were able to kind of stave off their runs, I guess how big were those 3-pointers from David and just you guys being able to hit those open shots later on?
Yeah, the threes, of course, there was big game shots. You know, and we just try to stay poised. You know, keep the lead and not like give it up to them easy.
Anything else, right? Let's hear from the players.
Avery, I guess just obviously Terrence had a big game last game. You have a big game this game. Kind of spark plug everyone. I guess what is it about this team that kind of makes different guys step up in different times?
Everybody, you know, coach builds a team every year where everyone has the ability to go out and do what needs to be done to win. And sometimes the best, you know, with headlines, the best player, you know, goes for 20. Those young guys are easily a lot more capable of doing it than I am. But, you know, tonight it was my time, you know. Been here for 3 years. And I couldn't have done it without them. Or Coach Beard. I mean, I don't check myself into the game, and I don't bring the ball up and shoot it by myself. So definitely, you know, the people that surround me is a big deal, and, you know, I wouldn't trade them for nobody else.
Yeah, we just played better tonight. I mean, we started the season, I think, ranked in the top 25. You know, we played on a Monday night a few months ago in April. Like, we're we're a good program. We're worthy. We got good players. We work really hard. We respect everybody, but we don't, fear anyone. And we've just been in some close games. We've had our share of adversity. One of our best players has been out 3.5 games now. So, next man up. And this kid from Arkansas to my right, Avery, he responded when his number was called. Message by Garcia. What is it, Mr. Anderson? Yeah, message to Garcia. Check that one out.
Chris, you said before the season you thought that Chris Clark had a chance to be one of the best players in college basketball. How unique is it to facilitate your offense with somebody like him versus somebody more traditional like Moro or Keenan?
Yeah, I mean, he is the perfect example of positionless player. To say that he's a small forward is wrong. To say that he's a point guard is not completely accurate. I mean, he can do a lot of everything. And, I have a lot of confidence in his shooting, too. I liked how him and Holyfield were aggressive tonight. It's not about making every shot, but it's about having the courage to take the shot. And I thought both those guys, our two seniors, set the tone early by being willing to take the shots that our team needed them to take. But Chris is a talented guy. He can score the ball. He's obviously a great passer. He can guard different people on the other end. The exciting thing is we think he has a whole nother level and ceiling that we haven't quite got to. And the good thing about Chris is he'd be the first to tell you that. I don't think he's playing his best basketball right now, just like our team's not. But certainly tonight, courage and is one of our most experienced players. He believed that we could come in here and beat Louisville, and the younger guys fed off of that belief.
Hold up, I got him and I got you.
If you win tonight, there's going to be a fifth new number one team on Monday. It's rotated pretty much every week. What does that say about this college basketball season, and is it more wide open than it's been in recent years?
I'm no expert on other teams. I watch our team play, obviously, and I watch our opponents and all their games. But I do at this point have seen enough of college basketball to think that there's a lot of teams that are going to be right there in the mix. I don't think there's like a one dominant team where you look at it and say, man, but there's some good teams. In our league, I've seen everybody play in the Big 12, and there's, in my opinion, 3 or 4 teams that could play in that Final Four. So, I think whether it was Kentucky, Michigan, Duke, and now Louisville, I think it just means it's a great year for college basketball because there's so many teams worthy. And like I told my guys, I said, our objective is not to be better than Louisville. Our objective is to beat them in a 40-minute game. And there's a big difference. Like, it's a 40-minute game. You got to find a way to win it. And tonight we did just that.
Chris Avery coming off arguably his best game as a Red Raider. Just based on your history with him and through his basketball journey, what does he mean to the program and to you?
Yeah, Avery Benson in a lot of ways is the backbone of our culture. This is his 3rd year at Texas Tech, and he has an Elite 8 ring, a Final Four ring, and a Big 12 championship ring, and that's not by happenstance. I mean, he's been a big part of it. So he's a tough guy. He knows his role. He plays his role. He's unselfish. He's tough. But the big thing here, guys, is he's a Division I basketball player. I mean, he can play. He can dribble, pass, shoot, and he can guard. He's a guy that could play in a lot of leagues around the country. He showed that tonight on maybe one of the biggest stages. Please let the story be that, hey, he's a good player. He gets it done every day in practice. He's in our rotation right now. He's earned the right to play in games like this.